goes wrong, okay?
You got it. Yep.
Okay.
All righty. So this is the Battle Royale quarterfinal matchup between Pittsburgh and Rochester. They did meet in the season, and Rochester was victorious. I believe it was 31-28. I'll double check in a few minutes.
Hey,
So
but hey,
open.
Bob, do you have your other windows open? Because if you're just sharing the game, we're not going to see the card image. We're not going to see the with the
I have
scoreboard.
I have I'm showing my window with the card in. Can you see?
No, I can only see the game itself. So what you need to do is stop sharing, and then
Yeah.
share it again, but share the entire screen.
Oh, share the entire screen. Okay, hold on a second.
That way we get all the extra fun stuff, not just
Okay,
the.
so going in, share screen, share the entire screen. Oops, go back. Get back here. Share entire screen. Share entire screen. Oh, I got it. Okay. Share. I go back. I gotta find. How do I find the game?
Alt tab. Just hit Alt tab, or click the football at the bottom.
Oh, I see. Now you see it.
Perfect. That's beautiful. Okay. Good luck. Have fun.
Okay, thanks. All righty. So looking at some of Pittsburgh, kicked it off. Bo Nix is the quarterback for Rochester. He got intercepted on the first play of the game, and Pittsburgh took over. James Conner lost 2 yards. Zach Ertz gained 9. James Conner gained 4. So 1st and 10 on the Rochester 32, and we're underway here in the first quarter. Herbert goes back to pass, and he is sacked by Joseph. No fumble on the play, loss of 4. So 2nd and 14 from the Rochester 36. Pittsburgh is the 4 seed with a record of 10-5. Rochester, the 5 seed, 9-6. They're in nickel. They are good run, good D on the pass. Herbert, the quarterback, drops back, guessed wrong, and it's a 15-yard gain to Quentin Johnson. 1st and 10 now at the Rochester 21. So he has the inside run the Connor, guess pass. It's a no linebacker in the zone and a 4-yard gain on the D card. 2nd and 6. Early first quarter. Two tight end set. Off tackle is called. Pass on the D, and it's off the D card again. No man in zone. Tackle, 5 rolled, and a 2-yard gain. So 3rd and 4 here for Pittsburgh. They're going with the Rodriguez and Connor in the backfield. They have the LAC wide receivers. Quick out to Ertz. It's guessed right. It's a 4-yard gain and a 1st down. So Rochester could take that. Pittsburgh continues to move. They're on the Rochester 11. They convert. Sweep right to Rodriguez. Pass is called. It's on Rodriguez's card, and it's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8, inside the 10. He has the Los Angeles Chargers quarterback, pitch right, and run is called, goes on the D card. He gains 3 off the D end. So 3rd and 5 now at this Rochester 6. Connor in the backfield with Rodriguez. Let's see, is Rodriguez the fullback? He is a fullback. So he's in a pro set. Connor Rodriguez. It's 3rd and 5. Pro set formation. Ertz is his tight end. That's the Washington Commanders tight end set. Crossing pattern to McConkey. Run is called. Guess wrong, and it is a touchdown. Herbert to McConkey, and Pittsburgh jumps on the board first. They convert off the turnover. The kick is good by Matt Gay. Kickoff is a touchback. So Rochester with the early turnover. Pittsburgh with a good drive to convert. They were facing a long situation there, and it was converted. So back comes Rochester on the field. Pittsburgh's D is good run, average pass. Bo Nix is the quarterback for Rochester. He has the Carolina running backs, Carolina tight ends, and he has the Green Bay wide receivers. Quick out to Sanders, no man in the zone, and it's a short gain. Guess right, 13 yards to Sanders off of Bo Nix's card. 3-4-D for Pittsburgh. Slant to Coker. He is double teamed, and 3 men were in the zone. Goes on the D-car, a 12-yard gain. So Rochester converts, 1st and 10. They're now in Pittsburgh territory. Rochester was 9-6 on the season. They did play Pittsburgh during the year, and the score in that game was 31-28. Pittsburgh. So this is the quarterfinals of the 2024 Battle Royale season. Quick slant to Sanders. Run is called. Goes on a D card and is incomplete. We have so far advancing the 2 seed, the 3 seed, and the 8 seed. Ford in the backfield. Ford is a running back on this team. In Battle Royale, we pick units, and I believe Ford was on the Cleveland punt return team, or kick return team, some specialist unit. 2nd and 10, quick out to Sanders, double teaming Watson. There are men in the zone. It's a 7-yard gain. Guess right off of Nix's card, so goes to 3rd and 3. The kicker for Rochester, I believe, is Joey Sly, and that is correct. And he is in field goal range. Slides anywhere up to the 46-yard line. 3rd and 3. 4 in the backfield, 2 tight end set. And Pittsburgh's going with nickel D here. Third and 3. Opening quarter for Rochester. The first drive, it was an interception. Second drive, they're moving here into Pitt territory. Run is called, off tackle. 1 man in the zone and a 1-yard gain. 1 on the D card, so Ford gets 1, 4th and 2, and Rochester is electing to kick the field goal. Sly is up, and he puts it through. So it's 7-3. Pittsburgh takes over. Justin Herbert is the quarterback for Pittsburgh. 4-3 is showing here by Rochester, showing blitz. Again, good run, good pass. There's the D formations for Rochester. Fly to Johnson. He is double teamed. No man in the zone, and it is incomplete. Guess right. It would have been a long gain. So a key double there. Key double on for Johnson. That would have been a long gain. Second and 10. Fly to Johnson again. One man in the zone. This one is picked off by Kirby Joseph, and he returns it back for 20 yards off the 30-yard pick, and Rochester pays back the turnover they gave to Pittsburgh, and they take over now on the Pitt 40. So they are already in field goal range with Sly's card. So one turnover for both teams. Pittsburgh, Ron is the coach of Pitt, going right back to Johnson. Wasn't double that time, but there was a man left in the zone and was picked. Button hook to Hubbard, one man in the zone to 6, and it's a 5-yard gain. Again, Pittsburgh on D. Good run, average pass. 2nd and 5 at the Pitt 35. You have the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. Screen to Hubbard, double teaming Watson. Goes up against the linebacker, who was a 6 linebacker in the zone, 12-yard gain. So 7 rolled on the D with the linebacker in zone X. 6 is rolled and 12-yard gain. I'm not sure if that went to the right or the left, but it doesn't matter. It was either 0 or 4 in that zone. So conversion 1st and 10 on the Pitt 23. Slant to Coker, he is double teamed, and it's incomplete. So far what we're seeing is some good double team calls by both teams. Rochester prevented a long gain earlier, and Pitt went one right there off of Coker. Ford now in the backfield, 2nd and 10. Cross to Reed, 3 men in the zone is covered by a 4, and it's incomplete off of Nix's card. If that went on the D card, it would have been a long gain. All righty, so 3rd and 10. And Rochester is well within field goal range here. Dime defense called. Sanders in the backfield. Sanders can be thrown too short and long. Sanders is right now being covered by a 4 in Frankie Louvu. Slant to Coker, he's double teaming Sanders, and it's incomplete. So Pittsburgh holds. Rochester will try to cut the lead to 1 with Sly. So good job by Pitt. Field goal by Sly is good. So 2:24 to go here in the first quarter, and Pittsburgh leads 7-6. Touchback off of Sly's kickoff, and Pittsburgh takes over. So each team with a turnover. Pittsburgh converted theirs for a touchdown. Rochester converted theirs for a field goal, 7-6. Pro set. Run is called on the D. Button hook is on the pass play, and it is complete to Connors for an 11-yard gain. Good start to the drive. Now he goes 3 wide. Nickel D, offset that by Anthony and Rochester. Late first quarter. Square out to Johnson against a 4, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to the pro set. Rochester counters with a 4-3. Inside run to Connor against a pass call, and he gains 7 yards with no man in the zone on the D card. So 3rd and 3 for Pitt. He's going to go 3 wide here. D. Marcato is in the backfield. Let's take a look at his card. Got a great card. Guess wrong. Really good card. 3rd and 3. Showing a 4-2-5 on the D here. Blitz is being looked at. Inside run to Mercado, no man in the zone. It goes, 1 is rolled. And when a run's rolled with 3 wide, it's guessed right, and he loses a yard. So Pitt will punt. Goes for the coffin corner kick, but he is boomed by Sanchez out of the end zone. So Rochester will take over at their 20. That concludes the first quarter. 7-6 Pitt after 1. So Rochester takes over. Post to Coker. 1 man in the zone, and it's incomplete. So in that case, Pitt left the safety in the zone, who is a 6. That is Budabeka. 2nd and 10. Ford now in the backfield. And Nix goes back to pass, and he is sacked. He is sacked. That was a flat pass called, and Fowler came in, and he was sacked. 64% chance. So 3rd and 13 now for Rochester. They're going to go 3 wide, put looks like Tremble in the backfield, who will be covered by a 0 in Dante Fowler. So he brought Fowler in on that play. Slant to Coco. Complete for 12, making it 4th and 1. Let's see what Rochester does here. It is a playoff game. 4th and 1. But you're seeing more and more in these games and leagues of people going for it, and here we go. Rochester is going to go for it. So big time here, big play coming up in the second quarter, 4th and 1 at their own 29. They go 2 tight end set, Ford in the backfield, Nix the quarterback. Let's see what Ron counters with here. Big play, 4th and 1. We're all set. Both sides have clicked in. It's a quarterback sneak to Nix. Pass is called, and he gains 6 yards. So there was no men on the line except the normal line, and Nix gets a 6 on the 0 man in the zone, 8 rolled. Let's see, if you put 1 man in the zone, it would have been, looks like a 4-yard gain. 2 man in the zone would have been a 1-yard gain. So complete off tackle to Sanders, double teaming, and he gains 38 yards for Hubbard. Sorry, off tackle to Hubbard. Guess wrong, and it goes on to Hubbard's card, and he gains 38. So Pittsburgh called pass with double teaming a few players. Goes to the run. Rochester guess wrong, 38-yard gain for Hubbard. So they're back in field goal range. So right off that 4th and 1, and then a 38-yard gain. Hubbard's first run of the game. And it was a big one. Button hook to Hubbard. 2 men in the zone. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Ford now in the backfield. Next is 6 of 13 for 61 yards, 1 pick, no touchdowns. So far, Rochester's run 3 runs, 14 passes here in this early second quarter. Ford in the backfield. Pitch out to Ford, one man the zone, and he gains 6 off of his card. So brings up a 3rd and 4. Another big play here in this quarterfinal matchup between Pitt and Rochester. Rochester just converted 4th and 1 on their own 29. They're now in Pitt territory after that 38-yard run by Hubbard. 3rd down and 4. Showing blitz. Again, good run D by Pitt. Third and 4. Run is called, slant on the pass, and it's complete, a 12-yard gain. Run was called on D. Rochester calls pass, 3 men in the zone, and it's a 12-yard gain, 1st down. 4 men would have been incomplete. So in that case, Ron decided to flood the flat zones, called run, left the 3 men in the zone for the pass, and it was complete for Knicks. So 1st and goal now at the Pitt 9. Rochester with 2 big conversions here. I'm sorry, Rochester with 2 big conversions. 1st and goal to 9, full house. Dobbs is the wide receiver. Sanders is your tight end. Tommy Tremble was in the backfield with Hubbard and Ford. Slant to Sanders. He's double teamed, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 9. Quarterfinal matchup, Battle Royale, the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. Our last quarterfinal game. Semifinals will start shortly thereafter. Second and goal to 9. Looks like both teams have clicked in. Full house again. Short pattern to Tremble, 3 men in the zone, and he's sacked. Cameron Hayward comes in with the sack, a 19% chance, and he got in. Oof, big play. So he brought the blitz on. He left the 3 men in the zone off of that, and it paid off. So 3rd and goal at the 20. So once again, Pitt in position here to possibly hold Rochester to another field goal. Rochester's already had 2 huge conversions on this drive. The 4th and 1 on their own 29. They just converted 3rd and 4 a few minutes ago. So they're going 3 wide here with Sanders in the backfield. Now Sanders, he can go long because he's on the 20. Sanders covered by a 4. Let's see what Pitt goes here with defense. He's going nickel. I haven't seen much to read yet on the passing. It's been a lot of button hooks and Sanders and Coker. So 3rd and goal from the 20 off of this sack. It's a hitch to Watson, and he is double teamed. There is 1 man in the zone. It's a 4-yard gain, and so Rochester will be settling for another field goal, and it's good. So Rochester takes the lead, 9-7. They've had 3 straight drives with 3 field goals. kickoff ends on the 4. Carter returns at 33 yards. So Pittsburgh now starting off with their own 37 with 8:42 to go here in the second quarter. Screen left to Connor. Man 4 in the zone, so it's a roll to 6 linebacker in zone, short gain, 18-yard gain, and they are now on the 45. Who's their kicker? Their kicker is Matt Gay, and he starts being okay, 33 to 39, not great. So really want to get the 32-yard line. Short pass, Herbert guessed right. He goes to McConkey, and he gains 10. So they're on the 35-yard line of Rochester. So Pitts and off of those 2 plays have moved the ball right into Rochester territory. Short pass to McConkey is covered by Carlton Davis, and it is incomplete. Defender X. So back-to-back passes to McConkey. First one went for 10, second one incomplete. 7:12 to go in the half. Curl to Quentin Johnson, 4-man in the zone. It's guessed right, and it's incomplete. So 3rd and 10. He's in sort of field goal range here. Kind of want to be inside the 32-yard line, but we'll see what he calls. 3 wide. Connors is back. Connor can go short. Yeah, Palmer and Johnson and McConkey. Palmer's covered by a 0. Nope, he switches it back to a 4, so he's been nickel. Nickel for Rochester. Ertz covered by a 6. Connor's covered by a 4, so 3 guys by a 4. He's going to McConkey. He's covered by a 5. Goes on the receiver card. Incomplete. 4th and 10. So 3 straight incompletions. Let's see what Pitt does here. They're going to go for it. He doesn't trust Gay. All right, so doesn't trust the kicker. 4th and 10. Crossing to Palmer, he's double teaming Ertz, and it is incomplete. So 4 straight incompletions for Herbert, and Rochester holds and takes over. They have the lead and they have the ball. 6:18 to go in the first half. Pittsburgh will get the ball to start the second half. Herbert 8 of 15 for 77 yards. So Rochester takes over on their own 35. They've run 22 plays, 4 runs, 18 passes. Square into Reed, he's double teamed. It is guessed right, and it's a 7-yard gain. So Reed was covered by the tight end. And guess right. Nick's 9 of 17 for 84 yards. 1 pick. Both quarterbacks have a pick. Hubbard in the backfield. Inside run to Hubbard. Run is called. He got 1 man in the zone. And it goes off the nose tackle. 6 rolled, 5-yard gain. He got a 5 as a nose tackle. So the 6 is rolled there, and it pays off. He did have a man in the zone. No man in the zone. It would have been a 9-yard gain. 1st and 10. Off tackle draw Hubbard. That Pittsburgh calls pass. And this time it goes against the DN card, a 4-roll, 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 on the 49. Again, Joey Sly has a great card for kicking. He's good within the 46. So he's almost in field goal range. 2nd and 8. Ford now in the backfield. Quick out right to Sanders, 0 linebacker, and it is a 5. yard gain off of Nix's card. Guess right. Guess wrong would have been a short gain. So Pittsburgh makes a good call there. 3rd and 3. He's right at the 46, which is Sly's field goal range. So far, 3 field goals for Rochester, and that's been enough to lead 9-7. 2 tight end set. Runner's call, pass on the D, and it is no gain. Offensive end card, which is rated as 0. So no gain. And here we go. Joey Sly right on the border. And the kick is no good. So because of that, Pittsburgh now has the ball at the Rochester 47. Joey Sly, no good with an 8 or 9 or 10. And a 10 is rolled. The very rule die was a 6, so he did not lose that. Screen to Connor, get runners called, 16-yard gain, guess wrong. So right off the bat, Pittsburgh goes right into Rochester's territory, and they are deep now at the 31-yard line. They are in field goal range. So that was a big miss by Sly. No gain off the D card on 3rd down. Sly misses the field goal. Off tackle called, runner called also, but it's an 8-yard gain off the D card, no man in the zone. And so Pittsburgh with 2 big plays to start this drive. 2nd and 2 now in the Rochester 23. He's going to go 3 wide. 206 is the last play before. Nope, he's going to go back to a pro set. Nine 7 Rochester. Pass called D, inside run for Connor. It goes on the D card. It's a 4-yard gain, no man in the zone. Rochester stayed basic there, so that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They're now at the 19, so that takes the long pass out of the equation for now. 1st and 10 at the 19. Sweep right to Rodriguez. It's guess wrong, and it's a 4-yard gain off the blocking back, which was Connor, 4 rolled there, so that pays off. 2nd and 6. 90 seconds left, first half. Still 4-3 defense here. Inside run is called on D. He goes off the left guard, which is 6, and it's a 5-yard gain. There's a great offensive line here. They have 3 6s and 2 4s. So 3rd and 1. Their offensive line is Kansas City. 3rd and 1 to Rochester 10. Quarterback sneak and a 1-yard gain for Herbert. Timeout is called by Rochester. 52 seconds to go. First and goal to 9. Rochester's going to go with a 4-2-5 blitz. Pro set for Pitt. Last minute and a half, 9-7. Run called on D, run called on O, and a 5 is rolled, loses 2 yards. So guess right, 5. So 2nd and 11 now. Rochester calls their second timeout, trying to conserve time going into the. Remember, Pitt will get the opening kickoff to start the second half. So this could be a 2-for-1 here if they can punch this in, at least get a field goal. Button hook to Connor, pass called right on D. It's a 2-yard gain, 1 man in the zone. So 3rd and goal to 9. Last timeout by Rochester. So let's see what Pitt calls here. They're 3rd and goal at the 9. This is Rochester's no more timeouts. Pro set. 4-2-5 blitz again for Rochester. Pro set formation on offense for Pitt. Big 3rd down here. 3rd and 9. 3rd and goal. Sorry, 3rd and goal to 9. No timeouts for Rochester. He calls a down and out to Connor. Run called on D, and it's incomplete. So it was guessed wrong. Goes on the receiver card, and he misses it. So he settles for the field goal. So good call by Ron there. He got Rochester to call run. He did hit the receiver card, and unfortunately for Connor, he could not hold on. So Rochester takes over. They do hold, so good hold. And it's now 10-9, Pittsburgh. 22 seconds to play in the half. No timeouts for Rochester. They're on their 30 off the touchback on the kickoff. They go 3 wide. They have no timeouts. 3 running wide receivers, 2 running backs. So Tremble and Ford. Tremble is guarded by a 0. He does not have a long rating. Pitch out to Ford. Goes on a D card. He loses a yard. Does not get out of bounds. So let's see what happens here. No timeouts. He spikes it. So 3rd and 11. 8 seconds to play in the half. So Pitt there, he double-teamed Watson, put 2 men back. Rochester went with a pitch out to Ford. There was 1 man in the zone as well, and he lost a yard. Same formation. Again, no timeouts. 8 seconds to play in the half. 10-9 Pittsburgh. They will get the ball to start the second half. Three wide receivers, 2 running backs. Square out to Watson. He is double teamed. He does gain 5 yards, and I think that'll be the end of the half because there's no time left. That's it. So that's the end of the first half, and our score, Pittsburgh 10, Rochester 9. I'm going to step out for 1 minute. I'll be right back. 10-9, Pittsburgh at the half. So a quick look at the stats. 30 plays for Rochester, 137 yards. 32 plays for Pittsburgh, 126. That's pretty even. Time possession, pretty even as well. Rochester 15-22, Pittsburgh 14-38. Average drive start, Pittsburgh with a little bit of an advantage. They're on 41 versus Rochester's 34. Both quarterbacks, 95 yards passing for Herbert, 94 for Nix. Running game, not much going on here. That big run by Hubbard, the 38-yard run. Outside of that, not much really happening. And the receiving stats, Connor leads all receivers with 5 receptions for 51 yards. The longest gain in this game has been an 18-yard pass to Connor off the linebacker in the zone. Joey Slide did miss one field goal. That was the 63-yard attempt. And that was a big miss because Pittsburgh took over and quickly were in, when they started, they were already in Rochester territory. And then 2 plays later, they were within field goal range, and then Rochester held. So it is 10-9. Opening play of the game was an interception that off a long pass. Pittsburgh converted that to a touchdown, and since then it's been field goals, 3 field goals for Rochester, 1 for Pitt, 10-9. This is the quarterfinal matchup in Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a tournament where everybody picks units. You pick the offensive unit of a team, offensive line, tight end, wide receiver, running backs, O-line, D-line, safeties, cornerbacks. That's 1 unit, D-backs, special teams, and kicker, punter. So there are 10 units in all that people draft. It's a great tournament. To qualify for the playoffs, you just have to have a winning record. I say just because that's not easy, because everybody in this tournament is really good, and all the teams are good. So it's just a matter of hoping that you can make the right call where the other coach will guess wrong, or you beat off a bad double team, something to that effect. In this case, there were 16 teams in this tournament, and 9 made the playoffs, which is amazing. The summer sprint is going to start shortly, probably mid-May, and that's going to be the 2005 season. So, all right. So off we go.
Hey, Bob. Anthony here. I've been in studio. Well, we got the second half going here. So
yeah. Good game.
I guess I'll see you at the end. We'll go the time interview.
All right. All right. So opening kickoff, Carter takes up the 1, returns at 18 yards. He's on the Pitt 19, and we're off and running. James Conner runs off the 0 linebacker, off tackle, 8-yard gain, 7 runs for Conner, 34 yards. 2nd and 2 on the Pitt 27. Off tackle again, pass is called, 2-yard gain off the D card of the offensive tackle. 15 runs for Pitt so far, 19 passes. 1st and 10. Opening drive of the second half in this quarterfinal matchup. Sweep right to Rodriguez, 5-yard gain. So 3 straight runs. And Rochester calling 3 straight passes, 2nd and 5. Same formation. Fly to Johnson. He is double teamed, and he is sacked as well. So great call by Rochester, and they sacked the boot. So that'll bring up 3rd and 15 on this opening drive of the second half. Gary with the sack. Key double team there. So 4 wide receivers set here. I haven't seen this in the game so far. Davis, Johnson, Palmer, and McConkey. Inside draw to Connor. Short gain, 17 yards. It's a one roll, and because of containment, it goes down to 14. So that makes it 4th and 1. So he allows Pitt to go for it, and they are going to go for it. So 4th and 1 on the 38. So 3rd and 15 call. He calls a draw, gets the short gain, and gains enough to make it 4th and 1. So here we go again. In the first half, Rochester had a similar situation on their own 29 and converted, and then shortly thereafter got a field goal. Button hook to Connor, 2 men in the zone, incomplete. In that case, it was guessed run, but he did have 2 men in the zone, and because of that, it goes incomplete. So Pitt does not convert, and with that, Rochester takes over on the Pitt 38, and they are in field goal range. Run is called, and a 1-yard gain. Second and 9 on 37. Rochester has settled for 3 field goals so far. They did miss 1. So a big 4th and 1, not converted. Off tackle to Ford, pass called on the D card, but does go on the D card, and it's a 2-yard gain for Ford. Did not go on his card, and it was guessed wrong, but goes on the D card. And again, Pittsburgh has good run D, and it helped there. So 3rd and 7. We've seen this movie before. Rochester has had to settle for 3 field goals. 3 wide receivers, 1 fullback, and that fullback is Tremble, who is really more of a tight end. So he does not have a long on his card. He has short and flat. Nickel D. Reed and Watson have been quiet. Sideline right to Needy. He does call a run key on Nix. Is guessed wrong, and it's 11-yard gain to Reed. Interesting. Interesting call by Ron there on D. He keys Nix for the end run on the 3rd down play. Rochester goes to the flat pass, and it goes to Reed. Only his 2nd catch of the game. It's an 11-yard gain, a big conversion. 1st and 10 on the Pitt 24. Off tackle to Hubbard. Pass called on by Ron. It's a 4-yard gain off the nose tackle card. Nose tackles are 5. 4 was rolled. See a lot of D cards here so far outside of that flat pass that was just completed. 2 tight end set. Hubbard in the backfield, 5 runs for 50 yards. One of that was a 38-yard run. So outside that, 4 runs for 12. 2 tight end set. 2nd and 6 at the 20. Run called on D. And the guess right goes on Hubbard's card, 2-yard gain. It does bring up a 3rd and 4 now. Sticking with the 2 tight end set. Now Ford is in the game. Ford is a really good guess run card as well. He can go out for a pass short. So big 3rd down, 3rd and 4. We're in the 3rd quarter of this quarterfinal matchup between Rochester and Pitt. Off tackle draw, run called on D, run called on O, and it's a 2-yard gain off the tackle. He had 2 men in the zone, and here is Joey Sly again for the lead. And it's good. So kickoff goes to the 2 and a 16-yard gain for Carter. He goes out to the 18. So Rochester leads 12-10 as Joey Sly kicks his 4th field goal. Pitt takes over. So after that opening touchdown, it has been a field goal fest. 5 field goals in total. Pitch out to Mercado. It's guessed right, but it's a 12-yard gain off the D card, no man in the zone. Puts Pitt at the 30. 6:36 to play here in the third quarter. 12-10. Connor and Rodriguez in the backfield. Mercado 5 runs for 14 yards so far. Screen left to Connor, 1 man in the zone against a 4, and it's a 6-yard gain off of Herbert's card. Guess right. Guess wrong would have been a 10-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Herbert with 6 receptions. I'm sorry, Connor with 6 receptions. Short pass to McConkey, 3 men in the zone. It's must run on Herbert's card. It's a 9-yard gain. So Pitt with another first down, and it takes them to the 45, their own 45. First and 10. Again, double teaming Johnson, and it's incomplete. So Rochester with very timely double teams on Quentin Johnson has been taking him out of the game so far. He only has 1 reception for 15 yards. He's been a non-factor so far. Inside run to Connor, again, double teaming Johnson. It's a 4-yard gain off the D card. No man in the zone. So that brings up 3rd and 6. Connor's call would have been a 7-yard gain. A short gain, sorry. 3rd and 6. Nickel D. This might be 2 down. Quick slant to Ertz. It goes against the defender, and it's incomplete. So easy decision here. It's a punt. And it is another booming kick by Sanchez and touchback for Rochester. That's the second time we've seen that, where Pittsburgh was going for the coffin corner kick, and a huge kick leads to a touchback. So 1st and 10 for Rochester on their 20, 3:54 to go in the third, and the lead. Let's take a look here. Off tackle to Hubbard, 1 man in the zone, 4-yard gain off of his card. Rochester has not punted in this game. 2 punts for Pittsburgh. 2nd and 6. Yeah, Rochester was stopped with the early interception and the missed field goal. Bomb to Reedy is double teamed and is picked off. 2nd pick. And Bunting with his 2nd interception of the game, and that puts him at the Rochester 41. He double teamed Reed, and it was intercepted. So huge turnover, and Pittsburgh takes over, and they have the ball in the Rochester 41. 2nd interception for Nix. Curler Johnson, this time he's not double teamed. 4 men in the zone. It does go on Herbert's card, and it's an 11-yard gain, so he is in field goal range now. He's got Matt Gay as his kicker, and Gay's okay from 32 yards in. 1st and 10 on the 30. Run pass to McConkey. He's covered by the 5, and it is incomplete. So Rochester did call run, but he went to McConkey. He went on the D card, incomplete off the 5. 2nd and 10. Off tackle to Connor. Guess wrong. 5 is rolled. No gain. That's what we call the dreaded 5. So 2 plays there where Rochester had the wrong call on D, but he got away with it both times. So tough break for Pittsburgh as well. So back to a nickel D, 3rd and 10. We are late in the third quarter, 90 seconds to go, 12-10 here in this quarterfinal matchup. Defensive battles, for sure. Khan, 11 runs, 54 yards. He goes 3 wide. He can't really afford to take a sack here. He takes a sack, that's going to really hurt. He goes inside run to Connor. He does gain 5, does move the ball up. That takes away the variable kick. It'll take him out of field goal range. Let's see what Gay does here for the lead, and he hits it. So touchback off the kickoff, 36 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Pittsburgh leading 13-12. Both teams holding each other to field goals after that opening touchdown by Pittsburgh. So 2 turnovers by Rochester has led to 10 points for Pitt. Off tackle call by Rochester, guess wrong, and altogether now, the dreaded 5. 0. No gain. 2nd and 10. Hubbard, 7 runs for 18 yards since that 1 run of 38. Ford now in the backfield. 2nd and 10. This is the start of the fourth quarter. Rochester now needs to respond after Pitt converted that interception. End run, the next pass that's called on D. It's an end run, and it's a short gain on Nix's card, and it's a 17-yard gain. So Bo Nix has a very good end run, guess wrong card. And if it was guess right, it would have been -8, but it was guess wrong, and a 17-yard gain, short gain. 1st and 10. He's very close to field goal range again. Again, 46 yards is within the range, so he's 7 yards away. Hubbard now in the backfield. Off tackle, Hubbard pass. 1 man in the zone. He gets 4. Guess wrong. Went on the Hubbard's card. Does get a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. Screen left to Hubbard. He's double teaming Reed. There is a man in the zone. It's a 4, but it does go on Bo Nix's card. Guess right. 3, short gain, 17 yards. They're now well within field goal range. They're on the 32-yard line. Hubbard's 3rd catch of the game. So he did leave the linebacker in the zone. That was fine. Double team Reed. And he guessed right, but it went on Nick's card. Short gain, 17 yards. 1st and 10 to 32. Bomb to Reed. He's double teamed. Incomplete. Longest pass in this game has been 18 yards to James Conner. There's been no long gains. 2nd and 10 at the Pitt 32. Rochester's been here before, and they've had to settle for field goals. 4 of them so far. They're down 1. Second and 10. Off tackle, Hubbard gets right. Goes against the nose tackle, and a 6. A 6 is rolled against the 5 nose tackle. 9-yard gain. Oof. 3rd and 1. Big roll. Big roll. 3rd and 1. So Rochester was already in field goal range, and then a 6 was rolled against the 5 nose tackle. 9-yard gain for Hubbard. 4 now in 3rd and 1. Got to wonder if he doesn't convert, will he go for it or will he kick the field goal to take the lead? Let's see. 3rd and 1. Sideline the read, he gets his run. And it's a long gain, and it is a touchdown. So that time it paid off. He went to Reed. Pittsburgh did guess run. And for the first time in this game, Rochester cracks the end zone off the wrong receiver call card. It did hit the long gain on Reed, and he is in for the score. So it's now 18-13. And the question is, does he go for 2 here to go up 7? Or does he kick the extra point to go up 6? Interesting. Let's see. He's going to go for 2. It's probably the right call. Here we go. Going for 2 to increase the lead to 7. Full house. Dobbs is covered by 4. It's a pitch out right to Hubbard. He is double teaming him, and he goes off the offensive guard. It's a 6, and it is a touchdown. He ran it in from 3. A huge return by DeAndre Carter off the kickoff. Wow. It went to the 1. 2 rolled. 67 is on Carter's card, and within just like that, Pittsburgh is on the Rochester 32, and they are now in field goal range and are in great shape here. Here's a screen pass to Carter. It is a 7-yard gain. Guess right. So on the 25. Wow. So huge return by DeAndre Carter, putting them right in business. They're on the Rochester 25, 2nd and 3. Fly to Johnson, 1 man in the zone, incomplete. 3rd and 3. Same thing here. You wonder if this is going to be 4 down territory if he doesn't convert it. 3rd and 3 of the Rochester 25. Wow. Connor Rodriguez in the backfield. Third and 3. Quarterback sneak to Herbert. He does get run. And it's no gain with the linebacker in the zone. It would have been no gain on the no man in the zone because defensive LT. So he is going to go for it. 4th and 3. 4th and 3. Anthony Rochester and Anthony did call run there. It went on the D card nonetheless, and it was no gain. So here we go. 4th and 3. Pittsburgh is going to go for it. They're not going to take the field goal. Curl to Johnson, 3 men in the zone, and it's complete. It was guessed right, goes on Herbert's card, and it's a 2 is roll, which is a 12-yard gain, and it's a 1st down. So he does not double team Johnson, and that allowed the guess right call to be made, and a 2 was rolled. So Big conversion on 4th down. So 1st and 10 now at the Rochester 13. Sweep to Rodriguez. No gain. The 5 is rolled. Everything else pretty good on that card except for the 3. So no gain with the 5 being rolled. It was guessed wrong, but still the 5 rolled 2nd and 10. So we've seen the 5 a couple times. McConkey, 4 men in the zone, goes must run, and it's an 8-yard gain. So now here we go. 3rd and 2 on the Rochester 5. This is definitely 2-down territory. He went for it on 4th and 3. Now he's on the 5-yard line. 3rd and 2, 8:24 to go here in this quarterfinal matchup. Great game. Winner will advance to the semis. Again, so far the 2 seed has made the semis, the 3 seed, and the 8 seed. I'm sorry, it's the 8 seed. 8 seed. 2, 3, and 8. 3rd and 2. Full house. Offset by a 4-2-5 blitz. Benson and Connor now are your running backs. He has been going with DeMarcado. Now he puts Benson in the game. So he has the Arizona running backs, Commanders tight ends, and the Chargers wide receivers. 3rd and 2. At the 5. Inside run Connor, run called on D. It's a 2-yard gain going off the center card, and that is a 1st down. So a convert on 3rd and 2. Run was called, but it went on the D card off the offensive center, and they have a great down and out to Connor. It's guess 4 men in the zone, guess wrong, 11-yard gain, and it is a touchdown. So the kick is good by Pitt. Great drive to respond. They did get a phenomenal kickoff return, but then they converted it. Big 4th down play as well. And we are tied at 20. So that 2-point conversion paid off for Rochester. And now here we go. 7:30 to play in the 4th quarter of this quarterfinal matchup between Rochester and Pitt. Pitt the 4 seed, Rochester the 5. Bo Nix on the center. 3-4-D. 2 tight end set. Fly to Watson. Nobody back there as he brought both linebackers to 2 men in the zone. Defender X, long gain, and it's a 46-yard gain to the Pitt 24. So no man in the zone. Defender X, I think it's a 4 over there. It is a 4, and he rolled a 6. If it was 1 man, it would have been a 27-yard gain. So it's a 46-yard gain, and he's on the Pitt 24, and they are in field goal range immediately. 1st and 10. Bomb the read. Run called. Incomplete. Did keep a man back there. So back-to-back bombs. 2nd and 10. So that play to Dobbs was the longest play of the game. Longest pass play as well. And it came with 7:30 to go. 6:36 left. Tie ball game, 2020. Rochester 2nd and 10 on the Pitt 24. Ford in the backfield. Slant to Sanders, 3 men in the zone. Incomplete. Guess right. 3rd and 10. So last time it was the flat pass to Reed, and he took it in. Now let's see what happens. 3rd and 10. They're in field goal range. Dime defense. 3 wide receivers. Tremble's covered by a 0. All the wide receivers covered by a 4. Coca covered by a 5. We're all set. There we go. 3rd and 10. Pitt needs to stop here. Hold the 3. Knicks does have 2 picks today. Slant to Coker is double teaming Tremble. And it's a must run 9-yard gain. Brings up 4th and 1 at the Pitt 15. We are tied at 20. What are we going to do, Rochester? Sly's card is really, really good, but we have seen Sly. Sly missed. I saw a game recently where he missed 4 out of 5 field goals. So he's not automatic. In fact, in this range, the 10 and 11 are kick bad. Now, probability is he's going to kick it, but let's, he'll make it. I don't know if Anthony's going to kick it or not here. 4th and 1. He is going to kick it to take the lead. 10 and 11 are bad. Let's see. The kick is up, and it is good. So, with 5:24 to go, touchback, Rochester kicks their 5th field goal of the game and leads 23-20. 5:24 to play. Here we go. Buckle up. Off tackle right Connor against a wrong call. It goes on the D card. Offensive tackle 5. The dice, it's a 2-yard gain. His tackles are 4s. It was guessed wrong. Again, if that hit Connor's card, it would have been a short gain. I've seen that a lot in this contest. 2nd and 8. Run called. Off tackle Connor again, and this time he does get the 4 against the tackle 4, and it gains 7 this time. Same roll, except this time he got the 4 versus the 6, and he got 7 versus the 2. So 3rd and 1, I gotta imagine this is 2-down territory for Ron and Pitt. Down 3 with 4:12 to play. He may not see the ball back. So bomb to McConkey, 1 man in the zone. It is incomplete, so it's 4th and 1. Wow. He went for it. Gotta love it. So 4th and 1, and this, I won't say is the game, but this is critical. 4th and 1. At the Pitt 39. We're under 4 minutes to play. Quarterback sneak and a 3-yard gain. So he did have a linebacker in the zone. He did guess pass. It was guessed wrong. It's a 3-yard gain. If it was guessed right, it would have been a 1-yard gain. So he would have got the first down. Okay, so 1st and 10, huge conversion for Pitt. They're on their 42. They got to get to the Rochester 32. So they still need 20 yards. Sweep right to Rodriguez. Goes on the D card, no man in the zone, 12-yard gain, 1st down on the Rochester 46. They need about 14 more yards to be somewhat in field goal range. Although his card starts, let's see where his card starts, just to be accurate here. 33-39. Guess right, short pass to Connor, and it is a 16-yard gain, short gain to the 30. So 1st and 10 now on the Rochester 30. They are definitely in field goal range, 2:06 to play. He went to Connor. It was a short gain on his card. Rolled 11, 16 yard. Now they're definitely in field goal range. Got to avoid the sack, of course, but 2:06 to play, and they're thinking 7 right now. Inside run Connor, run called, no gain. So guess right. Guess wrong would have been 5 yards. 2nd and 10. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now the question is if it's the same thing with Rochester was faced with a 4th and 1 on the Pitt 15. Previous to this drive, they went for the field goal instead of going for it. What will Pitt do here? We'll see. 2nd and 10. They're in a 4-3 set, pro set. Connor Rodriguez. Inside run Connor, pass called on D. Connor gets a short gain on his card. Guess wrong. 13 yards to the 17. And they have a 1st and 10. Time ticks off the clock. 90 seconds to play. They're on the 17-yard line. Quite the ending here. 1st and 10. Screen left to Connor. 2-man in the zone. Guess right. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. 82 seconds to play. Winner moves on. Curl to Johnson. A run is called, and guess wrong goes on Herbert's card. A 3, no gain. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. So it was guess wrong by Rochester, but an incomplete on Herbert's card, which is 3, 5, and 9. Interception on 12. 3rd and 10 now. 75 seconds left. 4-2-5-D. Again, Rochester is good run, good pass. Pitt staying with the pro set. He goes 4 men, goes to McConkey. It goes on his card, and it is complete. Guess right. 14-yard gain on 3rd and 10, and it's 1st and goal now at the 3. Woof. Woof. So the previous play goes guess wrong. It goes on Herbert's card. Incomplete. This one's guess right. 4-man in the zone. Guess right on McConkey's card and a 14-yard gain. And that is Strat football right there. Quarterback sneak, 2-man in the zone, and it's a 3-yard gain. 1-man in the zone, and it is a touchdown. Touchdown for Herbert and Pittsburgh, and they take the lead 27-23 off the extra point and touchback. So Rochester now has to score a touchdown. They have no choice. There's 52 seconds to play with 2 timeouts. Now they do have Reed and Watson, who have big numbers on their cards. I would imagine that Pitt would be looking to double here, but we'll see. Again, Rochester was faced with a 4th and 1 on the Pitt 15. They opted for the field goal to take the lead, and it almost paid off because Pittsburgh had 3rd and 10, and that was a huge conversion to McConkey. 25 points have been scored in this 4th quarter. It's half of the total in this game. The score is 27-23. Great great quarterfinal matchup. And so now Rochester looking to come up here with, they're going to go with a blocking back now, which was another thing. That was interesting too. Pittsburgh went with a pro set on 3rd and 10 against a nickel D, and they got the completion. They're now in nickel D with a blocking back halfback. So 52 seconds to play. Watson and Reed are your wide receivers. Watson, they're both covered by 4. He's double teaming Watson. Pitch out right 4. It goes on the D card, and it's a 4-yard gain. Does not get out of bounds. He calls timeout. 2nd and 6. 45 seconds to play. Sanders now in the game. Sanders can go long. He is covered by a 4. Dobbs covered by a 6. Sanders a 5. Watson and Reed 4s. And Buda Baker is a 6 as a safety. 2nd and 6. Hmm. 45 seconds to play. He's 3 wide against the nickel D. Pistol formation. Slant to Sanders, 3 men in the zone. And it is incomplete. Defender X. So 3rd and 6. 5 die against the 5 defender. So he did drop to 3 men in the zone, and it was incomplete. So 3rd and 6. Looks like he's going to go 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Ron staying in nickel. Double teaming Coker. It goes a flat pass to Watson. It's guessed right. It is incomplete. So it's 4th and 6, and this is the ball game. 30 seconds to play. There's a situation there where you're hoping for an 11 roll there, a long gain. Or perhaps he drops the linebackers and you get no man in the zone, but not happening. So 30 seconds to play, 1 timeout left, 4th and 6. He now goes into a dime defense, 3 wide receivers, 1 fullback, Tremble. Tremble does not have a long rating again on his card. This is more about converting 4th down here to at least keep the drive going, I would imagine. So 4th and 6. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your slant to Sanders, 3 men in zone, 2 men back, is complete. An 11-yard gain. He does get out of bounds. And so Rochester stays alive. 22 seconds to play. So Pittsburgh defending the long pass, dropping 2 men back. Nix did complete the short pass for an 11-yard gain. So there's 22 seconds to play here. They're on their 45. They need touchdown or bust. Sanders is in the backfield. We're all set. Deep to Sanders. One man back. He's double teaming Reed and is incomplete. Defender back in zone. 5 was rolled against that. Incomplete. That's a situation there where you won the 8 defender X27. That would have been his 27-yard gain. Or maybe the receiver card. Or the 6. The 6 got rolled there, but the 6 was the safety's a 6, so it wouldn't have mattered. So it's 2nd and 10. 15 seconds to play. 1 timeout. So 2 plays left, maybe 3. Sanders still is your running back. Again, he has got a long rate on his card. Fly to Dobbs, 1 man back. Incomplete. Eight seconds to play. So we have 2 plays left in this game. 27-23. Now he goes dime. Same formation for Rochester. Pittsburgh leading by 4. Fly to Dobbs, 2 men in the zone. Incomplete. And we're down to the last play of the game. Let's take a look at next card here. No. So here we go. Last play. Bottom to Watson. He's double teamed. It is incomplete. And that is your ball game. Quite the game as Pittsburgh pulls off the 27-23 game. And moves on to the semifinal round. They are the 4 seed. And that was quite a game. They converted a 4th and 1 on their winning drive, Herbert on a line buck, and then a huge 3rd and 10 play. And so that is it. Pittsburgh moves on. 1 second, I just want to say the game. I'm going to log off this screen. So 27-23 is our final. Looking at the box score, Pittsburgh got time of possession. Yeah.
Hey there.
How you doing?
Tough loss.
Yeah.
You go for good D, and that's kind of why you kick it on 4th and 1. It's like, well, you gotta hope that it goes to that 4th and 1 on that drive. You gotta hope it hits my 6-6 safety. It doesn't, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You just gotta. I mean, that's the sort of came down to, right, that 4th and 1 decision, I guess. And it's like, well, that's why you get the good D. You need that key pick. You need that 9 short pass down in the red zone, or you need that 4th and 1 stop, that sort of thing. And it comes or it doesn't, right? So
right.
It didn't. But that's kind of what it came down to, I would say, as much as anything. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was, very evenly played. That clearly Slide got you again with the field goal. I mean, he missed the 63-yarder, and then he converted it very quickly into two quick plays to put him at the scoring position, and then
yeah. I mean, the play there was the Jerome Ford 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Guessed wrong, nobody home.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the play, because that's a first down. I don't know, 32 out of 36, right?
Right.
So that's the role. I mean, Sly missed a 2-8 or whatever it was, whatever it is out there. I'm glad he got it off, because I had variable risk, maximum variable risk right there.
Right.
At the edge of his range. But you sort of crave points, so you got to go for the points when you can get them.
Yeah.
And again, you gotta trust your D to a certain extent. When you invest in the D in the draft like you do, you got to trust it.
Yeah.
And for the most part, the D was all right. I mean, I was having trouble. Look, rolls go both ways, right? But
right.
It just. Let's check to see if Bob's in the studio. But when I was guessing right running, it was going the defensive card. Good three quarters of the time.
Right.
And I couldn't really afford that with James Conner, and he was getting the +8s on my off tackle.
Yeah.
Rodriguez hit a couple +12s on my cards. They got a lot of yards on the good defensive cards by hitting that, hitting those +8s and +12s, which you really couldn't afford. But I mean, shit, I got my rolls. He got his.
Yeah. It went both ways. When you and you went up ahead, and then he had that large kickoff return. There was a lot of big plays in this game. I did comment at one point the longest pass gain was 18 yards to Connors before you converted that to Reed, which I thought was amazing. Like nobody really could complete a long pass, nobody. And you made a lot of great double team calls on Quentin Johnson that stymied him a couple of times.
And he made some nice calls on Reed, I thought.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
he was really focusing in on Reed.
He sure did.
And I couldn't pick up much running yards. I mean, Hubbard had the nice run, and Nix had a key end run. But against an average D, I need to do more running. Yeah. And I really couldn't get it going on first down.
Yeah. What was you thinking there on that 4th and 1 into the game? So you were thinking that you're the good D, and this is where I invested it for. That's your thought process.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's there, right? I mean, so get to overtime with Sly. I mean, look, Sly is gonna win you a game or two with that range, right? Especially valuable in overtime.
Yeah.
So, I'm fine going OT. I managed to stay away from his punt returner all day. He's got a 4-touchdown punt returner,
right?
Which is why you saw me go for it on 4th and 1 for my own 30-something early on. I just didn't want to. I got awful punt coverage, and I got to face that 4. So he's going to end up 20 yards from where I was anyway.
Right.
So you just gotta go for it there. But
that was a big play too. I forgot about
but
that.
But he got a bunch of key 4th downs that really won him the game, I thought. And they weren't, they were just sort of 50-50 balls, I thought, for the most part. They
were.
The Herbert linebucker was more than a 50-50 for him, but not much more.
Right.
He got a good center. So if it was a center reading, he'd have gotten it. If it was my tackles or my safety, I'd have gotten it. But I went to Herbert's card and he got his number. So, I call run there. It's still a +1. He get a 7 roll on that roll. But I mean, you just it's going back to the beginning. You trust your D, and he's got a great offense. I mean, his offense outguns mine. He invested in offense. I invested in defense, and it came down to a showdown at the end. The offense won. I would say as much as anything.
Yeah. I like the call too you had on the 2-point conversion. That was a good call too. I would have gone for 2 also there. I mean, you almost had to.
Yeah. I guess you're sort of just chasing points in this league.
Yeah,
if you can get them.
Everybody in this league is good. There's all good coaches, all good teams. Just hope that you make a good call against a pass or a run, and let it go where it goes. And That's one of those things. It was a great game. You can't from watching it was. I mean, playing it probably was very hard. But
it was tough. I say chasing points, and I don't go for it on the 4th and 1. But in that situation, if I missed that 4th and 1, and I wasn't trusting my running game at that point, all he's got to do is hit a dicker field goal, and it's over.
Right.
I don't get that chance at the end. And look, I mean, Watson had his chance at the end. Flat pass, his card. He's got a long gain on 11, right? Hit the 3, hit the opposite side.
Yeah.
So I got my chances at the end. Didn't work out. I was hunting for the 9 on the long gain. I hit the 5, right? Again, the opposite end.
Yeah.
So that happens.
I saw that.
Yeah. I thought Ron, played a really good game. I loved his double teams. He's got that 6 right inside linebacker that matches up well with the strength of my offensive line, so he could sort of move him up there to try to disrupt the running game.
Yeah.
Took advantage of that well, took advantage of Fowler. I think he got a sack somewhere in there. My receivers didn't do enough damage, right? So for my offense to flow, my receivers really have to inflict wounds. Because they can do that, all of them. Coker can inflict an 83-yard wound, and obviously Watson and Reed, as we saw in his long game touchdown, not a flat pass wrong. I mean, boom, but I needed more of that, to get touchdowns instead of field goals, because the whole first 3 quarters or whatever, I was just kicking field goals. I couldn't get that breakaway catch on the good yardage cards that's Green Bay and Carolina. So,
well, congratulations on a good season. Making the playoffs is always an accomplishment in this format. On to summer. Are you gonna do summer sprint?
Oh yeah, 2005. It looks like.
Yep.
Which is a interesting set. I mean, there's no excellence out there. And it looks like you can't even cobble an excellent together with a 6 left quarterback who's available in 2 positions and a 5 quarterbacks available in 2. You can't even do. I don't think I haven't found the combo yet to get an excellent. I still haven't exhausted my search, but quick looking. So, it's Sean Alexander and his whatever it was, 30 touchdowns is what it felt like. I don't know what it was, but his card is pretty ho-hum. A lot of ho-hum cards out there. Tiki Barber sticks out. He's got a plus 55 on 4 off tackle wrong.
Oof. Wow.
It's like here, Derrick Henry's plus 39 or whatever. Here's a plus 55.
Yeah.
So there's some good running cards, good passing cards with Manning and I said what's his name, Carson Palmer and a couple others, but you're going to have to work to differentiate yourself on defense. It looks like in that league. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it yet.
I just got my stuff today, so I'm going to start diving into it over tomorrow. I actually have a pretty wide open day, so tomorrow I'm going to start fooling around.
We don't need to plan for Battle Royale anymore. So
no, that's right. You and I have time that we can go study this. So it was a good time. I enjoyed the tournament myself. I told Dennis, it took me about 7 games to figure out my offense, and I started off slow, and then but that affected me because then I had the seating that I had, and then playing Tyke is always interesting, and it's like you. I need Jonathan Taylor to go off on those games as my running back, and I just couldn't get him to go, and that was the difference in that game. Among other things. But
I should mention too. Hey, Dennis, that third down pass to McConkey. I mean that
was huge.
Yeah, I mean that was huge, and I had 4 men in the zone. It's like you need your good defense to hit the right number. It went to receiver and it didn't. So that's going to happen. So
yeah, well, the previous play before that, you guess run, he had the right, and he rolled the 3 on Herbert's card. So kind of like that was like a good break for you. Last one, 4 men in the zone, and he cuts a 14-yard gain every.
The thing with Herbert too, when you get down the red zone, you're going to call run more. You're going to have some must run avoidance going, right? Especially when you have good defense, because you're going to put 4 men in that zone. You're going to have your elevated pick, and you're going to call run. It's with a must-run quarterback. I mean, that is the play. That is the play. And Herbert could easily burn you, or he could roll that 3, or better yet, he rolls a 9 on my card, right? And I got a 50% chance of a pick.
Right.
So,
right.
And Chanel was there to do some shadowing, as well as a 6 in 4th down scenarios, but didn't turn out. Did you watch the game, Dennis?
I did not. So trying to pick up from context, did you win or lose?
Pittsburgh won.
Yeah, I put together that team for Ron because he was too busy. And it's my style of team with the crazy offense and defense just good enough. It's those Arizona running backs are just a nightmare if you don't catch them just right. So
Guest right helped once on a James Conner line buck. Otherwise, it was +8 or +12. It felt like every time.
Off the D card, but off the D card. Yeah, a lot of D cards in this game. A lot.
Well, if you notice, I avoided asking you for any reports since you're still in the tournament. So now that you're out, you may have to do some talking.
and I got him too. I got him on that. I got him on his 4th down look-in pass. Went right over here. 4th and 1 look-in pass. He doesn't go flat all that often, but when he does, 75% of them were look-ins. So
who's the highest?
I loaded up for the look-in. I got a fourth down stop because of that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me see who the highest remaining seed is.
Nick.
Okay, so I got to get to Nick and find out who he wants to play. So.
Yes, and Jaden Daniels is tough. I played Jaden Daniels today in Spring Fever. He threw 2 picks on his card, not double teamed. Very rare.
Well, you have to imagine that Westland doesn't want to play his dad, right? Like Nick is not going to pick Tyke because they probably want to both meet at the championship game. That's my guess. So it's going to be either Westland and Seattle, with Ann Arbor and Pittsburgh playing, or it's going to be Westland and Pittsburgh with Seattle and Ann Arbor playing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be shocked if it's Westland and Ann Arbor and me and Pittsburgh. I'll be shocked.
But he did beat him 30-0. So I don't know.
It really depends on the relationship. If they're that kind of like, I'm gonna my dad, then maybe they'll do it.
Right.
That as litmus test for father-son relationship. Okay.
Exactly.
That's a new course in psychology.
Right.
Okay, guys.
Any thoughts on 2005, Dennis? Before we let you go here, if we don't get another chance.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It's always, God forbid I'm a homer, but I always like to look for seasons in summer sprint where Seattle has something interesting to draft. Now, obviously, that's not always the case, but that's the reason why I did 78 and 79 and not 76 and 77. Because Seattle had fun offenses in those 2 years. And then when we did the 80s, 83 and 85, I would bet anything came before the other 80s because those are 2 fun Seattle teams. So, you guys caught me. Seattle season. And actually all those 2000 seasons from 2003 through 2007, 2008, Seattle has really good pieces that you can,
Yeah, I mean, the best piece I've seen from Seattle is probably Hasselback. I mean, Alexander is not everybody's cup of tea. There's like no short gains on that card.
But I did pretty good with that card in a stock league. I guess that's not the same thing because you're not going to be able to play the poor defenses, but it's not as bad as who was that Atlanta back? Jamal
Anderson.
No, you're thinking Michael Turner.
Oh, Michael Turner. That's it. It wasn't as bad as that. It was bad, but it still has decent line buck numbers, which you can make work. So
yes. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, this is not going to be a secret to anybody when they look at that card. If you take that card, you gotta find 3 wide receivers that you like, because that's the offense to run with that Alexander card. there's basically nothing. I don't know if you can put it up. There's no difference between right and wrong on 6, 7, 8 on his card line buck off tackle. I'm pretty sure there's no difference at all. So the one white die is not your enemy with Alexander. Slightly elevated fumble might annoy you. It's only slight though on the one white die. But otherwise, that one white die is not going to do anything. He's like a Thurman Thomas from whatever that was, 90, the Super Bowl year, the first Super Bowl year, where the right wrong is, I think it's even more exaggerated than that Thomas card. There's just very, very little difference there with Alexander. So you go 3 wide with that card. You know, you got to find 3 good wide receivers if you end up with it. But I don't think, I mean, there's a lot of backs that'll go before him. Tiki will go, and Larry Johnson will go, and Rudy Johnson will go, and
there's not a lot of help in that unit for Seattle. He's the one-trick pony.
Correct. Correct.
So it's not like you get like the Kansas City running backs time of year where they had Spencer Ware and Jamal. What was his name? Jamal Charles. So
right. And just to jinx myself, going for a 3-peat in summer sprint this year.
There you go.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Very.
So here's the card.
Yeah, let's take a look.
See, and they don't even have like the full. It's not like a halfback, fullback. You get these 2 guys, and that's it.
Yeah, Maurice Morrison. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe this isn't going to be so fun, but you're right. 5 guess wrong and right. 2 guess wrong and right. 4 guess wrong and right.
Yep. Yep.
It's a barbell card, but it has this on 10 end run plus 37, and on 4 plus 21. Then you have 4 plus 26 off tackle, or plus 25.
Yep.
Is that 26? Yep. You can't see.
But you may as well go 3 wide. I mean, that's gonna probably maximize your output.
Yes, and Matt Hasselbeck has really strong short pass card. Flat pass is a little weak. I hate those.
Which is common in this set. You're really not going to find it. I think the number 1 flat passer. I mean, I'm not going to go to too much detail. I think it's because we haven't drafted yet. I think it's Charlie Batch from Pittsburgh, backup. So, which gives you a little bit of, you can play around. I think that's the best card.
Right, but it's a fun set. It's going to be interesting. You got Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. It's kind of a fun combo. But
Brett Favre is kind of down. Rodgers is nothing. It's his rookie year.
Yeah, rookie year. So,
but yeah, I mean, Indianapolis, Manning, your best quarterback is probably Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's great. You got some good long passers, but I mean, no flat out of somebody like Brady. But you see, this is the most balanced card in the set. Now compare that to Brady real fast, for example, right? You see the flat there, and now go over to Brady, and you'll see his flat is rough in comparison.
Yeah.
Right. He's got a little bit better deep pass card though.
Yep.
More picks too. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, I got to get some things done. So I'm gonna this thing. Thank you guys for broadcasting. I'll put it out on the.
Yeah.
Congrats to Ron. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yes. Good luck, everybody. See you.
Can't wait
Thanks for broadcasting, Bob. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye now.